Dear students, welcome to my class. I hope you are going on well with your studies. Now, I would like to introduce myself. I am Kaji Muhammad Habibullah, Assistant Professor, English, Kumilla Government College, Kumilla. This is a class for classes 11 and 12, subject English first paper. Today, I am going to discuss a lesson from your textbook, English for Today. Here, you can see the picture of a woman. Do you know her? Yes, you are right. She is Valentina Tereshkova. I have shown you her picture because today my lecture is about Valentina Tereshkova, the first woman to go to the outer space. In fact, this is a part of Unit 1, Lesson 3 of your textbook. Now, let us know about the birth and education of Valentina Tereshkova. Valentina Tereshkova was born in the village Meslinikovo, Tutaevsky district in central Russia. In the picture, you see village Meslinikovo. Valentina's father was a tractor driver and her mother worked in a textile plant. Tereshkova began school in 1945 at the age of 8, but left school in 1953 and continued her education through distance learning. Tereshkova had expertise in skydiving. She became interested in parachuting from a young age and trained in skydiving at the local aero club, making her first jump at the age of 22 on 21st May 1959. At that time, she was employed as a textile worker in a local factory. It was her expertise in skydiving that led to her selection as a cosmonaut. Selection of Tereshkova as a cosmonaut. After the flight of Yuri Gagarin, the first human being to travel to outer space in 1961, the Soviet Union decided to send a woman in space. On 16 February 1962, Proletaria Valentina Tereshkova was selected for this project from among more than 400 applicants. Proletaria means someone belonging to the working class. So, Valentina Tereshkova rose from a working class woman to the position of a world famous cosmonaut by dint of her quality and endeavor. Tereshkova had to undergo a series of training that included weightless flights, isolation tests, centrifuge tests, rocket theory, spacecraft engineering, 120 parachute jumps and pilot training in MiG-15 UTI jet fighters. In fact, cosmonauts have to experience weightlessness in the space. That's why weightless flights are an important part of the training for cosmonauts like Tereshkova. In the picture, you can see an example of weightless flight. Here you can also see the picture of a MiG-15, which is a jet fighter aircraft having high transonic speeds. Valentina Tereshkova got pilot training in this type of aircraft. Since the successful launch of the spacecraft Vostok 5 on 14th June 1963, Tereshkova began preparing for her own flight. On the morning of 16th June 1963, Tereshkova and her backup cosmonaut Solovyova were dressed in spacesuits and taken to the space shuttle launch pad by a bus. That means Tereshkova had a backup cosmonaut named Solovyova. If Tereshkova failed to start the mission due to illness or some other reasons, Solovyova would go to space instead of Tereshkova. However, Tereshkova didn't have any problem. After completing her communication and life support checks, she was sealed inside Vostok 6. Finishing a 2-hour countdown, Vostok 6 launched faultlessly. Thus, Valentina Tereshkova became the first woman in space. Although Tereshkova experienced nausea and physical discomfort for much of the flight, she orbited the Earth 48 times and spent almost 3 days in space. With a single flight, she logged more flight time than the combined times of all American astronauts who had flown before that date. Tereshkova took photographs of the horizon, which were later used to identify aerosol layers within the atmosphere. Vostok 6 was the final Vostok flight and was launched 2 days after Vostok 5, which carried Valery Bykovsky into a similar orbit for 5 days, landing 3 hours after Tereshkova. Here you can see the picture of Bykovsky and Tereshkova. The two vessels carrying Bykovsky and Tereshkova approached each other within 5 kilometers at one point, and from space Tereshkova communicated with Bykovsky and the Soviet leader Khrushchev by radio. Here you also see the picture of Soviet leader Khrushchev. Now let us know the present status of Valentina Tereshkova. Much later in 1977, Tereshkova earned a doctorate in engineering from Zhukovsky Air Force Academy. Afterwards, she turned to politics. During the Soviet regime, she became one of the presidium members of the Supreme Soviet. Now, this living legend is a member in the lower house of the Russian legislature. She has a desire to fly to Mars. On her 70th birthday, when she was invited by the Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin, she expressed her desire to fly to Mars, even if for a one-way trip. We have finished the lesson. Now let us practice a flowchart from this lesson. You know, in a flowchart there are 6 points. The first point will be given in the question paper. You will have to prepare the remaining 5 points. Remember, you can never put a sentence in the box of the flowchart. You have to use phrases. Now watch attentively how I have prepared the flowchart on the life history of Valentina Tereshkova. Number 1. Born on 6 March 1937 in Central Russia. Number 2. Began school in 1945 at the age of 8 but left school in 1953. Number 3. Trained in skydiving at the local aero club. Number 4. Started her mission to space on 16th June 1963. Number 5. Earned a doctorate in engineering in 1977. Number 6. Became one of the presidium members of the Supreme Soviet. You can easily notice that there is no complete sentence in this flowchart. All of the points are phrases. Now I would like to give you a homework. Based on your reading of the passage, make a flowchart showing the series of training that Valentina Tereshkova had to undergo. The first point is given, weightless flights. You have to fill in the other boxes with 5 other points. That's the end of my lecture today. Thank you.